Hi, Outofbody Explorers. Today we're going to talk about love and how you need to define that love in your spirit so that your astral projections could get connected to those higher dimensions. So it's really all about love. And how am I going to do this? I'm going to explain it to you through the book The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Now it's very self-explanatory. I have my spin on certain things, but I'm going to explain that to you so that you can now work on yourself. This is about you right now, working in those higher dimensions. When I was 4 years old, I was working on my PhD on that topic, love. And now my observation of love, I remember my parents always dancing, because they would have parties with their whole family members would come in and they would be dancing all the time. And I was like, wow, that's really romantic. And I could see the romance in there. They were like two butterflies just dancing around with each other. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get me that. I like that. Yeah, that's me and my dad. But then I also saw my parents react when they would argue with each other. It would be like when animals attack. Remember that series? I remember that series. I'm like, who would want to watch that crazy stuff? But that's what it would be like. So I learned about relationships through them because that's where everybody pretty much learns. But that was my life when I watched my parents react towards one another. And now why do I know this? Because I've been journaling since I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I have that in my journals. So I was already studying love for a very long time. So now I meet my high school boyfriend, and we go out for 7 years, and we have this butterfly romantic relationship, and then we have this animals attack relationship. So what happened in our relationship? It was the same vibration that I was attracted to because I understood that vibration, and that to me was home. And let me explain this to you. Obviously, I did not want that vibration. So after 7 years, we separated, and I asked the creator, please, I do not want to know that lesson anymore, and I will not choose those kind of people. Not saying that those people didn't find me. I chose not to be in a relationship like that anymore. So the next boyfriend comes in and changes that vibration. Now, I do teach this lesson in class because everybody doesn't realize that we're here for love. So this is all about you right now. Please work on what you're all about. Don't worry about anybody else right now. Please work on what you're about. Now here's my lesson, and I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version, because I'm not saying you don't have to buy the book, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And what I'm telling you right now, it's like the Reader's Digest version. I'm just going to put a little spin on it. And so what I would do in class, I would actually question people so that they would have to start thinking, like, what is my language? Now the first love language, they put it out here as words of affirmation. Very simple, just compliments. But start complimenting yourself and telling yourself how beautiful you are, and really work on that. But those are compliments. And I'm going to put a little spin on this one because I believe that those relationships should have some kind of endearing name. Honey, sweetie, baby. So my second boyfriend comes into my life, and he was 6'4", and he had this Barry White kind of voice, and I was like, wow, I really like that. And then he had this endearing name for me. He called me Snoopy. And I was like, Snoopy? What's a Snoopy? But anytime he needed to talk to me, he would call me that, and then I would just melt. I would melt like an ice cream on a hot summer night. So I knew that vibration, and that was something that I chose because I asked the creator, I don't want that other vibration anymore. Although I'm in gratitude with that person because that person helped me be who I am today. Number 2 is quality time. So very simple quality time. Do you spend time with each other? Get away from that phone, because that time really kills everything. Very self-explanatory. Do you go to their games? Do they watch a movie with you? Is it time with you? Do you all have dinner together? That's a really nice thing when everybody has dinner together as a family. That's what we still do in my house. We see my mom all the time on Sundays. Number 3, receiving gifts. Are you that kind of person that wants to receive gifts? Are you that person that wants to give gifts? So very simple, like I said. So look at yourself. And number 4, acts of services. Do they take the garbage out? Do you like taking the garbage out? Do you like cooking for people? I have a friend who loves cooking, but I was raised with a family that loved cooking because that's what they did for a living. We owned a restaurant, and they make food like there's nobody's business. My mom's a stud and my dad's a stud making phenomenal food. So of course, as an act of service, someone's gonna make me a meal, I'm coming over there. I want that food. What? I'm like a feral cat. I'm scratching at the door. I'm not gonna bite the hand that feeds me, but that's a part of my family background. Number 5 is physical touch. Now, I always hear sex. No, I'm talking about holding hands, hugging, because there is a progression. Now, this is my add-on. There is a progression to sex. People shouldn't be jumping into bed right away. There's a progression. Just because you hit that home run, you don't have to hit a home run all the time. This is where everything gets all screwed up in a relationship. So know who you are, know what you want, and try not to just jump and dive into something like that. Be smart. After 3 months, you'll really know who that person is. And then you'll be like, I don't think I want to be around that anymore. But this is why I'm telling you, you need to know who you are, and you need to be honest about yourself. You need to know what needs to be worked on, and you need to know you. Bottom line, who are you? And I always bring that up with that Dr. Strange bit.
Who are you in this vast multiverse, Mr. Strange?
In this multiverse, who are you? Because all those vibrations are connected, and that's really important as an astral projector, that you understand who you are. And that's why I was always able to meet my higher self, because I was working on it all the time, trying to figure it out, why that happens. And then I have this staring thing where also I'm like, boom, I can see your soul. And it shocks me because I had to understand what this was all about. So sometimes I hyper focus on somebody because I'm already in their dimension, and their vibration is so connected to this love source. And it's really tough to explain this love source because I'm able to jump in these dimensions, and those dimensions are really high in frequency of love, that I'm boom, and then I'm obsessive on why, but now I know. And since 2009, I now realize what this is all about. This is why I'm at this state, and I'm trying to tell everybody that this is how it works. So astral projection, there's a practice. So please understand that part. You need to be whole you. You need to understand what love is about. Love is amazing when you find it. There's an attitude to this love. Do you want to have love every day in your life? Do you wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I love waking up in the morning, and I can't wait to see those souls that I have to talk to. That's how this works. So keep working on your love language. Really figure yourself out. Logging down the dream is the dimensional jump. And understand, and that's why I keep flipping those words, but that's why you need to start controlling your life here in the positive way, and then it will start moving into your dimensions. But controlling it in a positive way of surrendering to God, and then this all works. When you control every little bit, you are now controlling too much, and you're creating timelines. And the craziest thing is, these timeline jumpers, they're creating timelines, and now I'm jumping into their dimensions. I don't know if I can explain it right now, but next time we talk, we're gonna have to talk about timeline corrections. But right now, work on this love thing. Work on how this is embraced in your life, how love really works for you. All right, out-of-body explorers, I'm gonna leave you one of those videos here. I like that video so they can kind of explain a little bit more about the book. I'm not saying you don't have to buy the book, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And hopefully you continue writing in your journals of your jumps, because don't forget, dreams are really jumping into those dimensions. They never wanted to tell you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth because that's how it works. All right, see you next week. Press like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next videos. Have a great week.